Yes. We got you very well, Amo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It helps the parents now to it reduces the tension. When you are now being told that your child has a disability, something of that sort, it has already you have already prepared the parent psychologically. The tension will arise, but it is already reduced because you have prepared this person psychologically. And in most cases, it starts with a story, and then the parent finds himself or herself cornered, and anazidi anachangia huko, then eventually anaambiwa it is all about you and your child. Remember that story about King David? And David is being told about a rich man and a poor man, where the rich man was having the guests, or rather the rich man of sheep, and the poor man had only one sheep. So when the rich man had the guests, he went and picked the poor man's only sheep and then slaughtered for his guests. So he was asked, "What do you think will be done?" And then he said that rich man should be killed. Then he told, "You are the one because you went ahead and picked Uriah's wife." So even the parent, in this case, the parent atachangia, lakini baadaye anapoambiwa mtoto wako, it is already in the mind and the tension has been reduced. So the parent is able to at least accept and, if possible, move on as usual. Thank you very much. Give 6 reasons why social advocates of disability discourage labeling of children with special needs. With the disabilities. 6 reasons why social advocates of disability discourage labeling of children with disabilities. Yes.
Oscar.
Yes.
I think number one, it lowers their self-esteem of these children with disabilities.
Yes.
I think they discourage because if you label these children, it will lower their self-esteem.
I don't know whether my net is breaking. I was unable to get her.
Labeling increases stigmatization amongst children, so it's good to discourage to avoid this type of trauma, stigmatization among learners.
Reduce stigma among learners.
I was saying, Pascal, it lowers their self-esteem.
Oh, it lowers their self-esteem. Yes, it lowers their self-esteem. That is the labeling. Labeling lowers their self-esteem. Very true.
It also increases negative attitudes towards learners with disabilities.
Increases negative attitude towards learners with disabilities.
Any question, Kani?
Yes, James?
I think it also denies them opportunities because they will be perceived as people who cannot take part in anything.
Yes, it also denies them opportunity because they are perceived as people who cannot take part.
Pascal, it can also lead to isolation.
And even withdrawals
can
lead to isolation and even withdrawals of these children with the disabilities. Can lead to school dropout. Oh yes, Esther is saying it can lead to school dropout,
Plus poor performance there.
poor performance. It can also lead to what we call the EBD in the school, the emotional and behavioral difficulties among the children with disabilities, where now, because they have been labeled, they just do things which are not right within the school. Maybe kama ni kufukuzwa wafukuzwe, so it can also lead to the EBD, and somebody saying it can also lead to the truancy among these children with disabilities within the school. Remember what we talked about in the theories of learning, and you remember about the social learning. And in the social learning, we learned that in every aspect of life, there is the role modeling. And the role models must always be, they must be in a position to portray good pictures that, good character that can be emulated by the children. Remember, within the classroom, we say that if you are a teacher within the classroom, your words and how you tolerate the other children will make others who are watching also to tolerate others. But if you are unkind, then more so to those with special needs and disabilities, those unkind words will spill over to them from their colleagues. We also, let's look at the roles of religious organizations in the promotion of the CBR programs in Kenya. What are the roles of religious organizations in the promotion of the CBR programs in Kenya?
See, Pascal, see question to discuss.
Yes.
I think again we had discussed this question. So number one is the role of the community is to provide vans for these people with disability in the community.
Josephine, not just Josephine, Jacqueline.
Yes.
Yes.
We had discussed it, but in a certain year.
Sasa hata Josephine asipongea unaota tu Josephine yao.
Yes, it is good.
Josephine.
Umekalia black tent na ni usiku.
Wacha ninyamaze kwanza.
Namasa.
So Jacqueline, you have said?
I've said that the role of the organizations like Richards to provide funds to these people with disability so that they can use this to promote their life in the community.
The provision of funds to promote the CBR programs.
Now, Pascal.
Yes.
No,
Josephine, are you talking?
Yeah, just talking.
I'm saying, for example, if we take the case of Alwar St. Oda, what I normally see them do, they deal with the visually impaired learners whom they have taken care of. We have a special school there for VI, but in the community also, they do sensitization. They go around teaching the people, especially after the mass. They normally teach the community about the symptoms and signs that they can detect, that can help them detect whether a learner is having any VI problem. At times they organize for the people who are concerned with the VI issues to come to their dispensary to help the community free of charge. And it encourages them also to help the ones who have been diagnosed with such kind of problems. I don't know whether that one also falls under the CBR.
It is.
Okay.
Everything is an answer. As long as you support. They also advocate for their rights. These people with disability in the community.
They also advocate for their rights, so they lobby for the rights of these persons with disability. So they lobby for the rights of these persons with disability. Maybe two more people.
Guidance and counseling.
Through guidance and counseling.
Mm.
They also
Part of networking.
Yes.
Part of networking.
Tell us about it.
Nimetaka hata niseme ndio mtu anisaidie. Ninajua tu ni point.
Somebody to tell us about networking.
Networking ni kama hiyo yenye nimesema, because by the time they are bringing people, the specialists from different hospitals, maybe from Kikuyu or from hii yenye inakuanga hapa Western, hii watu wa macho. They are networking with those people to bring their services to the community or to the people within their community as they further on sensitizing them about the dangers of having an oversight, maybe cataract, or anything that may affect the eye. So it also helps, apart from networking, it also helps in early identification and proper placement.
Yes, they also build schools for these learners with disability.
Yes.
They build schools for the learners with disability in the community, and also provide their education devices like the braille machines and so on, and even books.
Even sheltered workshops.
Yes.
All right. Let me, James.
What of intervention measures?
They
Because,
also sponsor such learners. They also empower those persons with disability plus their parents.
Mm.
James?
I was asking, what about intervention measures? Because these religious-based organizations also build hospitals where these people with disabilities are referred to for medical interventions.
So we can talk about building of hospitals for medical intervention.
They also help them to eradicate poverty.
How?
When they help the families of the people with the disability with some money, or they train these people, because remember, when they take these people to train, they make sure that they provide employment for them under sheltered workshop, or unakuta wengine wako kwa open market places, wako na something to do. By the time one is having something to do, not depending on the parent, see, poverty imekuwa eradicated in a way, and their lifestyle status also changes.
Sure. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Can we look at question 4?
Yes, please.
State 2 roles that recommendations play in a research study. Roles played by recommendations in a research study. So where do we have recommendations? In the research proposal, research itself.
Research itself. After you've done the research, now you come up with a recommendation saying that mine has been done in Uasin Gishu, but how I wish it have been done in Elgeyo Marakwet or in the Western region or in the entire Kenya because of ABCD. I did it in Uasin Gishu because maybe due to lack of funds. If somebody can do it in the entire Kenya so that proper generalization may be done, it helps. And again, recommendation when you read, it will help somebody to get the gap that is there. Because by the time I'm saying, I did mine here and I've not done it in the whole Kenya. So when Pascal now wants to do it, he can decide now to do it in the entire country, citing that Josephine did it in Uasin Gishu. Mine now covers the entire Kenya. It has created a gap.
Thank you very much. Someone else? Why recommendations? That to suggest solutions to problems. To suggest solutions to problems.
I think it also forms the basis for further research.
Yes.
That's why we said it's a gap.
Yeah, we talk about the gap and also looking to suggest solutions to problems. It gives a research title to other researchers. What do you say about that? The recommendation gives research title to other researchers. That is true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, if you did a research on maybe a teacher factor affecting implementation of ICT in public primary schools, and then hapo chini ukimaliza una recommend, I did it in public primary schools. I did not include the private. How I wish somebody would also include the public and private. So when you will come up with yours, you will say, mine looks both public and private. Now you've got a new topic from my recommendation.
Right. I've seen somebody's hand. Amo?
Oh, Pascal.
Yes.
In reference to when you are reading a literature review, you are told to read the recommendation of others. So in that perspective, you can say that this recommendation of yours give ideas to other researchers while they are reading your own recommendation.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Amo. I think a question that we had just talked about also some time back is featuring 3 advantages of questionnaires in relation to data analysis. Give 3 advantages of using questionnaires in relation to data analysis.
Greater data is collected.
Yes.
You collect a huge number of data at lots of ease. You do not take time taking or collecting data.
One, Pascal,
Yes.
It is easy to analyze, to tabulate.
It is easy to analyze. Yes.
Oscar.
Yes.
It reduces
It's
the
easier
biasness of
to
the
tabulate and analyze the results. Yeah.
It
Tabulate
reduces
and
the,
analyze. Correct?
okay, I was to say it reduces the biasness of the researcher since the respondent works alone independently.
Yes. The biasness of the researcher. And today we even have a digital questionnaire ambao unatumia watu, then they just do it. Now the moment somebody logs in, akiweka the information inabaki pale, so you will just get back there and pick whatever the respondent has filled in there.
For easy reference.
Yes, for easy reference. Describe 5 factors that determines the reliability of assessment tools. Factors that determines the reliability of assessment tools.
Next.
Yes. Somebody is talking about confidentiality. Can we get to understand confidentiality in which area? Kindly. Hello.
Pascal. I've not understood the
Confidentiality in which
question.
area?
Assessment iko module number
13.
Yes. Somebody has called. Where have you gone?
Pascal. Hello.
Pascal.
You have not. Okay.
Pascal.
ASCII.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can
Yes,
try
Amu.
on that. I can try on that. This
Hello,
is where you are.
Amu.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to explain on anonymity of the respondents. Yeah, that's confidentiality. This is where you are going to use codes on that questionnaire so that you cannot know the respondent, or you don't have to say more about the respondent so that the public cannot know him or her. Hello.
Yes, I'm getting you.
Yeah, umenielewa hadi hapo ama I explain further?
Please explain.
Okay, when you are doing this research of yours in this questionnaire, there is anonymity. Yani those people who are going to see your questionnaire don't have to know who was the respondent responding to those questions. So that's the data collected is secure, ama it is confidential for that person, rather than having something like interviews. Umenelewa?
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
We have a question.
Pascal.
Yes.
Na hii swali zitujambue vizuri, kwani inamaanisha nini?
Hata mimi ninataka niulize, sijaelewa swali.
Pascal.
Aya, wacha niwasome. Kwa module 13 reliability iko tu hapo inatuchungulia.
Hiyo ya mambo ya consistency in the score.
Yani ni reliable in such a way that hata ukienda kesho kutafuta, for example, kama ulipeana test leo na upate watoto hayuni validity. Reliability nasema hivi, refers to the
consistency of the score.
Ni
when
kama
we administer the test again, sindio?
Ni kama niwape exams leo kila mtu 190, 100. Aya, niseme sasa tunaenda kufanya mtihani niwachukue niwapeleke kwa another hall. Amuna chochote, mutapata writing materials huko na kila kitu, new supervisors. Alafu kama mutapata sasa 20 studies, nitajua kumbe mliiba. Lakini wale wenye wata maintain 190, I will know that walifanya vizuri. The scores are reliable. Yani it can be relied on.
So what factors determine the reliability of assessment tool?
The teaching methods used.
Yes.
Teaching methods.
Level of preparedness.
Level of preparedness.
What of objectives to be achieved? Like now, you ask yourself, what they achieved in my first administration of the exam? And when you re-administer again, what they achieved?
The objectives to be achieved.
What about the attitudes towards the runners? If it is positive or negative, if they can perform well.
There is somebody is talking about the time factor, which is very true. When you have given the test, you had given them 2 hours. Another person gives the same test and does not give, gives maybe 1 hour. If the person gives them the 2 hours that they were given, then the test is supposed to show the same results that it had first showed. Somebody is talking about the environment, and that means that the environment where the assessment is being carried out should be learner friendly to accommodate all learners. And also the instructions pertaining the test as an assessment tool, they also need to be very clear. Somebody is asking that what are the examples of assessment tools?
What are questionnaire?
As assessment tools,
Test.
examples?
Test. Questionnaire.
The questionnaire.
Observation.
Yes.
Observation.
Observation.
Interview.
The interview.
Checklist.
The checklist.
Yangu imeisha.
Ya mwingine?
Ni hizo tu.
Na kuna mtu analia hapa, yeye hajaelewa swali. Josephine.
Sema.
Si utufafanulie hili swali tena.
Sasa akili ilinyamazia hapo. Iko namna hii. Kama tools, for example, if you are asked tools ni vitu vya kutumia. Ukitaka kukata mboga ni chombo kipi utakitumia? Si utatumia kisu. When you want to test, utatest a child namna gani? Wengine wanatumianga written test ama whatever hizo test. Through interviews, through observe vile mtoto anafanya. CBC sahii ninawapea nini ya kuosha sufuria. Wale wenye akina nani watakuwa wameosha vizuri. Si ninaangalia. na ninapeana marks, nitauliza wengine, nyinyi mliosha hivi vizuri mkitumia nini? I'm interviewing. That is also one nini of testing tool. Hivyo ndio ninaelewa, sijui kama inaingia ama imeenda kumbukumbu.
Jacqueline, see, please you share that module kwa Thika Center, please.
Ni module 13.
Sawa.
All right, so I think
yes, Pascal.
Yes.
I think the question need us to discuss or describe the reliability. So the main thing there is about the reliability of an assessment tool. Like for example, if the same thing is going to be repeated many a times, are we able to get the same results? If we can say that the assessment instrument that we use, will we be able to get the same results each time that it is used and in the same setting with the same type of the subject? So it requires us maybe to say things maybe to describe the factors that it determines, the ones that will give us the same results when we use it over and over. That's why you see, for example, Madam there gave an example. If you give the test today, we scored 100%. Then next time she give out the test, if we score less than that, then it means that our reliability was not meeting the standard. So the factors that we need maybe to check is about the objectivity. If you are given the same